Hi guys, it's Carlos the Ultimate Fitness Training once again, and thank you so much for watching the video. And today we're doing a video about 5 main reasons to avoid injury while training hard. Before I dive deep into that one, just to let you know, I'm wearing gym apparel clothing. Now, I've come across these guys recently and they are fantastic. They've got amazing clothing line, not just from an aspect of quality. It's quality, it's fashionable, and it's comfortable. It's absolutely amazing. I can tell you that, obviously, as you guys know, obviously I'm always in gyms, I'm always training. I train almost every day, but I love sports gear. But not just any sports gear. Not gonna lie, I've loved Adidas for a very, very long time. As you guys know, the guys that know me, I love Adidas. But however, I've come across these guys, Gym Pro Apparel. Check them out on gymproapparel.com and also on at gympro underscore apparel. Check it out. They are fantastic. They've got really good clothing line, and they also got style and quality, which very hard to find now. Brands now out there making far too much different sort of styles, and they lose that quality. These guys got quality mixed with style, and also good fashionable clothing. So very good. So big shout out for those guys. So let's dive deep into this sort of video that I'm going to do today. And today's video is going to be about 5 main sort of guidelines for you to avoid injuries. So number 1 is, let me cross the road, and one of these days you guys are going to see me getting run over. Hopefully not. But anyway, so number 1 is make sure you do your homework about the particular exercises that you do. Meaning, I'll give you an example. A lot of guys do powerlifting, a lot of guys do weight training, a lot of guys run, a lot of guys do functional training, a lot of guys do CrossFit, all sorts of, you know, fashionable training. Okay, but what they fail to realize is how many sessions and how much intensity and how much diversity they have to do in order to get better at what they do. Now, what I mean by that is, a lot of times you see powerlifters, for instance, day in, day out, doing the same workout. Now, what these then do is becomes very, very overtraining. And then what happens is, because you overtrain the same muscles, the muscle stabilizers and the surrounding frame, if you like, because your skeleton is your surrounding frame. It's like a car, the chassis becomes very overworked, and then you start putting a lot of pressure on your actual inner organs, a lot of pressure on your connective tissue, a lot of pressure on your cartilage, a lot of pressure on your muscles, a lot of pressure on your tendons and ligaments. So as you guys know, that will then don't take me wrong, that will have a deterioration on your physique. Now, that has a deterioration on your physique, then it puts pressure on your immune system. So your immune system is responsible to keep you healthy, stronger version of yourself. So obviously, failing to do that, you guys are going to find very hard to keep up with that training. But what a lot of people then tend to do is, because they get into that habit of doing the same thing day in, day out, they fail to realize they've got to change. So I definitely advise you to make sure you do your homework about the exercises you're performing, so you know exactly what you have to do in order to help yourself become better at those. So number 2 is how to warm up well for your particular sport. Now, this is a very, very great area, because I'll give you an example. I train a lot of footballers, okay? Obviously, as you guys know, my background is football as well. And I tell you one thing, obviously, this is one thing that really gets me annoyed. And I always say the guys I've worked with me very close know this. Now, you see footballers going to the gym, right? And 9 times out of 10, they're actually not training. Most of them, they're not training for football. They're training their biceps, for instance, as an example. They start warming up on a bicep. Why on earth would a footballer or a rugby player have to warm up their biceps for? Do you know what I mean? There's no particular reason for that. Okay, now a lot of guys do that and they just do a bit of this, a bit of that. You've got to warm up specifically for the training that you're going to do. Okay, now you've got to work through the 3 ranges of motion that human beings move, which is front plane, okay, sagittal plane, which is side to side, okay, and transverse plane, which is twisting. So you've got to start getting those dynamics going. Okay, failing to do that, you ain't gonna do it. Okay, now don't take me wrong, this is kind of changing now because a lot of like sports scientists going to the market now, and obviously they're really teaching and educating people, which is fantastic. Now you see guys that are getting a little bit better. Now if you see like top athletes now, they all have a coach, they all have a trainer, they all get educated about becoming better. Okay, and that's what I want to see. I want to see people that come across my training, they know I'll educate you and I'll get you into the best version of yourself, whatever it is. Okay, now obviously I don't train footballers the same way I train powerlifters. I don't train powerlifters the same way I train bodybuilders. I don't train functional trainers the same way I train people that do weight training. It's completely different, you know. You just got to know that. Okay, now number 3 is your nutrition. Now what is nutrition? Now let me just define nutrition from a very simple terms. Nutrition is what you ingest, what you take into your body in order to fuel your lifestyle, in order to make you healthy to start with. Secondly, to fuel your energy uptake. Oh, that's a beautiful animal, to be fair, but he's not very happy. I reckon he's just about to do his power walk. Do you reckon? Only kidding. I'm gonna be silly now sometimes. So going back to that, so it's to give you that energy to fulfill your outtake of energy every single day. So it's so important for you to start not just feeding yourself loads of calories to fuel your energy. You need to start eating, one, for your health, okay, which is one element, very important element. Secondly is for obviously to fulfill obviously your energy outtake, and thirdly to fulfill your aesthetics. Okay, now you this is another video I have to do for this one, because obviously if you start looking at those 3 elements are very, very different, and a lot of people never know how to distinguish which one's which. Okay, what I mean by that is if you're eating to be healthy is very different to eating to become muscular, because actually eating to become really muscular, like a bodybuilding diet, is not a particular very healthy diet at all, because you're consuming far too many calories, you're consuming far too much protein that your body a lot of the times cannot digest, okay, and you're consuming far too much fat as well, so it's not good. Okay, same thing with people that are dieting down to pre-contest. I mean, it's not a particular, it could be healthier in terms of a cleaning diet, but deficiency of calories sometimes for a long period of time is not very good for your body either. This is what I always advise my clients. We do cycles. Now I've got a lot of people on pre-contest diets now, but we do it for about 10-12 weeks maximum, okay, and then we will go back into a very structured diet in order to help you then either bulk up or either maintain the physique that you've got, and really actually help you become your greatest version. But you've got to be very aware that those things only happen for a while, not forever, you know. Okay, so that's a very important one. Now then this leads into number 4, which is how you're going to avoid that injury, is knowing the supplements you need to take in order to support, I repeat again, to support, not instead of your diet, but to support your training. So I give you an example. Let's say now creatine is a very important element in order to support your training. So creatine increases your ATP production, which is the molecular power in order to get muscle contraction, which is fantastic. It also aids recovery, which is brilliant. Okay, now it drags water into the muscle cells, so you look a little bit fuller, and it's great because it gives you that extra boost, so you feel a lot stronger. If you feel stronger, you feel happier, so it's good. Okay, now glutamine is another very important element. Now glutamine is a component that basically is a non-essential amino acid which actually helps you build muscle tissue. It stops your body from catabolizing muscle. It also helps your digestion system in order to digest food properly, and it makes you resynthesize muscle tissue. So in other words, helps you build muscle toning, okay? So that's a very important thing. Now, multivitamin minerals, those are absolutely vital component in order to help you become a stronger, healthier version of yourself. So I definitely advise you guys to take a good brand of multivitamin mineral. Okay, now there's a lot of cheap brands out there, don't take me wrong, and obviously you might quote yourself that you know some brands that are better than others. I personally don't buy anything unless I buy Solgar or Centrum in terms of multivitamin minerals. Now, I'm not here to tell you that you shouldn't buy any others, but however, that's what I buy and it works for me, so it's good. Now, extra vitamin C is important in order to keep, especially in the winter months, which is very important to keep your immune system very, very strong. Vitamin B6, B12, essential, very, very essential to keep your immune strong as well. So you've got to take those things. Now, I've just named a few things there, which is few supplements, right? Now, have you noticed I didn't mention protein shakes? Okay, why? The reason why is most of protein shakes, unless they're whey protein, organic protein, although depends on a brand, but they're full of absolutely, let me be educated today, let me be nice and polite, they're full of shit, okay? Because what they're going to do is they're full of calories and they do not help you in any shape or form, apart from making you bloated. Yes, they'll make you gain weight, but what weight is it? 9 times out of 10, it makes you put on a lot of fat. Now, a lot of guys out there say, oh, Carlos, yeah, but I've been taking this weight gainer. Yeah, I've gained loads. Of course you have gained loads of weight. I'm telling you that. Yeah, you will. But it's a lot of fat, okay? And then that will gonna give you digestion problems. A lot of these guys, let me tell you, a lot of these guys, they take protein shakes. You ask them, okay? And their girlfriends will probably tell you as well. They pass wind nearly every single day, okay? What I mean by that, they constantly throughout the day are absolutely passing wind. And also, it's something that is not good for the body, because a lot of us are lactose intolerant anyway. So this is actually not going to help you become your greatest version. So I'll definitely not advise any of these particular sort of like protein shakes or anything like that, because they're not going to make you your greatest version. So the other thing I'm going to tell you, which is about this, is the amount of calories. Sorry guys, I nearly run you over there. Sorry, this lady. Sorry. The amount of calories this particular protein shakes have, which is full of calories per serving, some of these things have more calories than actually literally a chocolate bar. So if you actually look pound per pound what you're taking in, it's not good. So make sure you get your protein sources from live sources, organic source food. That's what's going to make you become your greatest self. Now, number 5 is educate yourself on all the aspects of physical, mental, and psychological. Okay, now those are the 3 components that you're going to become that greater self in order to avoid injury. Because I'm telling you, what I'm going to say this to you now, right? In order to make your body up there, top, in top shape, you need to be very, very aware of what you need to do. I'll give you an example. How many of you guys stretched out, okay, before you train out? Okay, warm up, give yourself a good stretch. You get the body flowing, the ligaments, the tendons, the muscles, the connective tissue, so everything's ready to actually perform properly, okay? How many of us do that? Okay, not many, okay? Some of you guys might do a bit of a warm up, but next time now you bang on the weights, okay? Or doing whatever. So warm up well, get your body nice and warm, okay? How many of you guys do a proper cool down? Not just a little bit on a cross trainer or a little bit of stretches, proper cool down, 10-15 minutes, really good cool down, okay? How many of you guys on your day off do foam rolling, okay? How many of you guys on a day off do meditation? How many of you guys go in nature and just relax, spend time, listen to your body, okay? Those are the main things that's going to help you avoid injury. Okay, now you might think, I thought avoiding the injury is just be careful what you're doing or not push yourself too much. No. All these components will help you to avoid injury. and this helps you become your greatest version. So this is components that really help you get up there with your training and get you up there without getting any injury, because it's injuries that's what affects. I'll give you an example. You might ask me, oh Carlos, so that means obviously because you've got that kind of knowledge, do you ever get injured? Of course I do. I'll give you an example. I had a really bad shoulder injury about 2 years ago. I was doing Smith machine shoulder press, and I was pushing it too much, I'm gonna be honest with you. And basically what I've done is I kind of affected my rotator cuff, and then since for about, I'd say 18 months really, I had to do rotator cuff sort of exercises to mobilize it and everything. And now, very rarely I get any sort of twitch really. I'm more or less kind of clean on that aspect there. But then I had a really bad golfer's elbow injury as well. So I went to my physio and he has advised me, although I know a lot about anatomy, physiology, I went to the professionals and said, listen, I get really bad tennis elbow, golfer's elbow. So what he's advised me to do, which I was doing to be fair, but he's advised me to do some really good extensors and flexors, which is these muscles here, you know, the forearm muscles. So basically what they do is, you've got flexors muscles on top, so flexor muscles underneath it, extensors muscles on top. So there's a lot of muscles there, which obviously are responsible for bringing your hand up and down, and obviously fisting, and basically closing your hand up and down, open and close, okay, and twisting. And what this does is basically gave me the chance to become stronger in that aspect. And now I have it sometimes, but it's getting better. So I am listening, I'm educating myself as well. So I can't say to you I'm clean of injuries, and I'll never get injured, because I will, you know, but I minimize the chances of getting injured. So this is a video to help you guys avoid injury. As you guys know, we've got loads and loads of subjects, so that's the one. So thank you so much for all the followers. We're growing. Thank you so much for the emails as well. We've had some really good topics as well. As you know, I always do the topics based on what you guys ask me. So not just my choice, I'll do the videos based on what you guys ask me. And all I can say is, we're here again, doing power walk, and we're doing quite well. We're getting closer to the goal. Really good. So make sure you guys do a power walk, fat burning, become healthier, stronger version of yourself. And don't forget, with all this said, don't forget to follow me on Carlos Trainer 10 on Instagram. Also my YouTube channel, which is Carlos Trainer. No, it's not Carlos Trainer 10, it's Carlos Trainer. And also my website, which is ultimatefitnesstraining.co.uk. And with all this said, in nature, we're doing power walk. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay fit. Woo!